In the bustling town of Keta, by the southern coast of Ghana, life moved like the waves, fast, loud, and sometimes dangerous. Among the residents was a man named Kojo Mensah, a tall, handsome trader with a sharp tongue and a charm that wrapped around people like honey. Kojo was married to Abena, a sweet, gentle woman with warm brown eyes and a quiet strength. They had been together for 3 years, and though they were not wealthy, they were content. When Abena found out she was pregnant, her joy knew no bounds. She cooked his favorite meals. She rubbed his feet at night. She thanked God every morning for the life growing inside her. But Kojo had changed. He started coming home late, sometimes not at all. He stopped talking about the baby. He stopped touching her belly. He didn't even look at her the way they used to. At first, Abena thought it was stress. He's working hard for us, she told herself. But whispers began to float through the street like cigarette smoke. Kojo has been spending time at the Blue Moon Lounge. He's always with that woman, Saxy Ama. You know Ama? The one who dances for money and lives like fire. Abena didn't believe it not until the day she followed him. He had said he was going to Accra for business, but hours later she saw him stepping into the lounge arm in arm with Ama, a woman known for her beauty, her charm, and her trail of broken hearts. Abena stood across the street, hidden behind a tree, her swollen belly heavy under her loose dress, her heart sinking like a stone in deep water. She didn't cry, not at first. That night, Kojo didn't return. The next night either. By the end of the week, it was clear he wasn't coming back. Abena's world collapsed, but she didn't. While the town judged her with pitying glances and whispered gossip, she held her head high. She continued going to the market. She sang hymns in church. And when the baby kicked in her belly, she smiled through her tears. Months later, she gave birth to a healthy baby boy. She named him Kwabena, which means born on a Tuesday, just like his father. The birth was difficult. She nearly died, but somehow she survived. She worked as a seamstress, taking in mending jobs and sewing school uniforms. Slowly, painfully, she rebuilt her life. The child became her strength. While Abena was rising from her pain, Kojo was falling into ruin. At first, life with Ama was exciting. She was wild and intoxicating. She made him feel young and free. She introduced him to people who drank expensive whiskey and gambled like kings. But Ama had her own secrets. She wasn't faithful. She didn't cook. She didn't care about his business, his feelings, or his soul. Within a year, Kojo had lost everything. His money, his friends, his pride. One night, he came home to their rented room and found Ama gone. No note, no explanation, just silence. She had taken what was left of his money and disappeared. He tried to go back to his old business, but the village traders no longer trusted him. His name had become a stain. His once handsome face looked tired. The charm that once attracted crowds now brought only shame. 3 years later, broken and hungry, Kojo returned to Keta. He stood outside Abena's small sewing shop one rainy evening, holding a torn bag and wearing shoes with holes. He saw a small boy playing in the dirt beside the door, humming to himself. The child looked up, eyes wide, curious. Kojo knew instantly those eyes were his. He swallowed hard and knocked. Abena opened the door slowly, her face calm but unreadable. Abena, he said, his voice shaking. I don't, she whispered. He looked down, ashamed. I was foolish. I don't ask for your love. I don't ask to come back. I just want to be part of his life, please. She looked at him for a long time, then at her son, now peeping from behind her legs. Children need fathers, she said, but not broken ones. If you want to be in his life, fix yourself first. Then she closed the door gently, not angrily. It was a door of boundary, not of hate. Years later, Kojo kept his promise. He stayed in Keta and worked small jobs. Quietly, humbly. He never pushed. He sent money when he could. He brought food sometimes, left it on the doorstep without a word. Slowly, Abena allowed him to see Abena under her watchful eyes. Time passed. Abena never remarried. Kojo never begged again. But in their quiet little town, people noticed something strange. Every Sunday, a man with graying hair walked beside a boy in his church clothes, and next to them, a woman who once held the weight of heartbreak like a queen wore a soft smile. Thank you for engaging. For more real life stories, subscribe to Always Stay Tuned.